lost
Yeah. Thank
between
you.
my tabs. I had too many tabs open. I can't find. I've got you now. Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Everyone here.
Yeah.
Our room also have some attendees, and
Okay, brilliant.
some of them are online. So we welcome you to provide your some sharing about idea to funding. You are experts from here. So I give you the time.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone that is there live in person. Thank you to everyone that is here to tune into this. I'm so sorry I couldn't be there in person. I've got a screaming baby in the background that I need to help out with. So any of you that are parents, you know that it's sometimes a bit of a new challenge. It's the hardest computer game you'll ever play. So I'm just going to share my screen. Let me see my screen. You see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Thank you.
Perfect. So I'm going to talk to you about the easiest ways to get funded in 2026. This isn't going to be information from me. This is information that I got directly from A16, who are one of the leading VCs. But let's get into it. So a little bit about me and why I'm relevant to talk to you today. So my name is Michael Harding. I've been a public speaker since I was 11 years old. I've written in newspapers about blockchain with platforms like CAM. I've taught everyone from Manchester United, Crystal Palace, Paramount, Fairtrade, Activision Blizzard, currently working with UNICEF, all on things to do with blockchain and crypto and emerging technologies. My background was I worked with Nintendo and Samsung. Nintendo to launch the Nintendo Switch, with Samsung to launch the Note series phone. I've been invited to speak a few times roundtables at the House of Lords, thanks to Frankie and Professor Yu, and then I've spoken at tons of universities around the UK, 19 in total, and spoken all around the world about blockchain and fundraising. So that is my speciality. But it all starts with this. This sentence can be read in two different ways. So I like to start off with this exercise. And the sentence is, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Now, depending on how you're looking at this sentence, it might say opportunity is nowhere. But if you look at it closely, it also says opportunity is now here. So that's something I want you to keep in mind throughout this entire presentation. So the thing that I base my entire life on is a conversation that I had with somebody from a family office when I was 18 years old. He's told me that the three things that are always interested to people are access. No matter how rich somebody is, they still might struggle with access to certain things. They might not be able to go to the UFC. They might not be able to get a box seat or talk to Cristiano Ronaldo. But there'll be someone that has got that access to help them. Information. People are always after information. Why? Because information gives you an edge, and information allows you to make better decisions when it comes to acquiring assets. And then obviously having access to assets to be able to invest in them before others, and to get that edge there. So that is where the opportunity is. So I read a book called The Changing World Order, Why Nations Succeed and Fail, by a gentleman called Ray Dalio. I was lucky enough from that. I provided value to somebody about financial literacy, helped him get out of debt, but I didn't think anything would come of it. He then knew that I liked Ray Dalio, and surprise, surprise, what happened? He put me on a call with Ray Dalio, and I managed to talk to Ray Dalio about blockchain and the impact it would have on the world, thanks to a company called Tortoise Media. If you want to go and listen to that podcast, it's a 15-minute long interview. You can scan this QR code and go and listen. So where has this led me to? This has led me to leading out the Solana ecosystem in the UK, and then helping Solana set up across the world in Indonesia, Vietnam, and also Poland. Got a massive fan of gaming, as you know, done events at Greenwich University and Surrey University, having talked with people like Robbie Young and also Activision Blizzard franchise director as well. And now a little bit about my company and why we're relevant for this conversation. We've worked quite heavily in the Solana ecosystem. Our advice has helped 31 people to become hackathon winners. We've done over 50 events, done over 9 demo days. That's just for the Solana ecosystem. Did 4 demo days for ICP, and we've helped over 1,000 developers become onboarded. Now, our track record, we've got over 350 VCs, angels, high net worth individuals, and family offices in our network. And we mainly focus on doing demo days. So we get projects in front of VCs. Our flagship event was an event called 20x20, where we were the first company ever to get 20 VCs in front of 20 Solana projects. We've then taken this to doing high net worth investor dinners with the likes of the CEO of Galaxy, 21 Shares, Acquirify, and the group president of Animoca, Evan Wang. And so the success stories that have come out of our network is connecting up the co-founder of Rockstar Games, Jamie King, with Moonboy Studios, where he became an angel investor, helping founders understand different types of financing outside of VC, so commercial finance, asset finance, revenue finance, and one of our clients took 300K in invoice financing. We helped connect Magic Block to Mechanism Capital. We helped connect a family office from the APAC area to Salion. They deployed over 5 million for their yield strategies. And then Triton, we introduced the CEO of Triton to Raiku, who then became an angel investor. So we have key relationships with many VCs, but the standout ones are Animoca, Mechanism Capital, Salion, and Galaxy. So what have we learned from them? We've learned how to build ecosystems in the way that they want. So the key thing that I'm going to give you to take away is what you need to do in 2026 is you need to build content. Without content, you have no exposure. Without content, you have no traction. With content, what it gets you is it gets you collaboration, because you can then collaborate with people to make content. When you make content and when you collaborate, you can get your community to collaborate with someone else's community, which is always of value. This then allows you to get other people's communities into your community, which then can be turned into capital, because then you can sell them products, goods, or services. So the most important thing is community. Why? Because community is identity. So some of you may recognize that badge in the left-hand corner. Once a community becomes a part of your identity, people will spend money even if your product, brand, or service isn't doing well. So let's say, for example, Manchester United. Manchester United have not been doing well at all over the last 5 years. However, I've still bought Manchester United shirts. I still spend money watching Manchester United play, even though they don't bring me happiness, even though they don't win any trophies. So you can see that once a community becomes a part of your identity, you stick with them forever. And below are some examples in the Solana ecosystem of some of the different IPs. We haven't got too much time to go into those. But what an ecosystem, once you've got a community, allows you to now do is build an ecosystem. This is now where your community allows you to buy assets, which then allow you to become like a private equity company and find things that will bring additional revenue to your brand. This then can be then increased to now becoming a DAO, where you give your community voting power on the assets or the companies that you're going to buy to increase revenue, and then eventually turn into a network state. Now, one of the key things is a presentable deck. So one of the things we do is we help companies make themselves a little bit more presentable. So you can see here on the left, the before of what the pitch deck looked like, and you can see here on the right what it looked like when we finished with it. So the key thing that we've noticed is a lot of people like to make their pitch decks using Claude, using Lovable and their websites, but this doesn't allow you to create a brand. This doesn't allow you to have an identity. This doesn't allow you to make content. And this is what we specialize in, is helping people to create that brand, to create that IP. In this video.
Without a sharp pitch deck, even brilliant ideas get lost in the noise. Foundation Ventures designs investor-ready pitch decks. We combine strategic discovery, visual consistency, and compelling narrative into one tight presentation. Watch how Foundation Ventures transforms a good pitch into an investor magnet. Present your business with precision and purpose.
So as you can see, that's a lot more entertaining for people to look at. So let's go on to the next one. So the magic formula of what investors are looking for is something I call 1 + 1 = 10. I know that maths doesn't make any sense. I know I'm talking to some very smart people in this room, but to investors, it does. What does it mean? They are looking for you to be revenuing at least 100K. They can then invest 100K into your business, and then they would make 10 million. So they would like to see a clear pathway for you to generate more income. So always keep that in mind. You have to be able to explain in your pitch deck and in your pitch with your money, I'm now going to do this, which then mean that I can now revenue and make this more amount of money. Okay, cool. So questions investors will ask in 2026. They're going to ask you several of these questions, and they are absolutely essential to know. If you do not know how to answer these, and if they are not in your pitch deck in 2026, investors will not give you a chance. So the first one that you're going to need to know and need to have is MAAs. Anybody write in chat if you know what MAAs stands for. Just check the chat. Answers just yet, so I'll go to it. So the answer to this is monthly active addresses. So if you're building in blockchain, the most important thing is, yes, you might have all these addresses, but are they active? Are they actually making any transactions? This is the same as monthly active users. You have to have users that are actually transferring money into your protocol, into your business, into your game. The next thing is DTUs. Anybody know what a DTU is? Type in chat if you know what a DTU is. It's okay not to know. Okay, I'll give you the answer. This is daily transacting users. If you do not have daily transacting users, you don't have traction. Daily transacting users are the most important metric, I think, that most VCs are looking for, because this means you have people that are willing to spend money. If you increase your prices, you would now make more money. You need to be able to figure out from your daily transacting users the next step. Now, the next step is ARPUs. Does anybody know what an ARPU is? ARPU. Another key terminology to make sure you have in your pitch deck and to be able to talk
Asset
about.
rated something.
Close. It's actually average revenue per user. So you need to be able to clearly express to an investor, okay, we have this amount of users. We actually make this amount on average per user. Let's say, for example, let's do some basic maths, right? If you have 500, let's make it even more simple. Let's say, for example, you have £5,000 a month that you make in your business, and you have 100 users. What is your average revenue per user? Somebody type in chat. So you have 5,000 a month and you have 100 users. What is your average revenue per user? So you do 5,000 divided by the amount of users that you have, and you have 50. So your average revenue per user is £50 per user. You would now say to the investor, our average revenue per user is £50 per user. With your money, we're now going to do a marketing campaign, which will help us to go from the 100 users that we have to 100,000 users. And 100,000 users at £50 per user, there we go. You can do the maths. And that's what's attractive to investor. Next is LTV. Does anybody know what LTV is? No, I'm giving you all the alpha here. I'm giving you all the secrets that the VCs are looking for, but no one will tell you. LTV is lifetime value. So this is how long is your customer going to stay with you? How you expect your customers to stay with you for 10 years. If they are paying £50 per month and you times that by 10 years, that is what the lifetime value of your customer is. And this is what is attractive to investors. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Now, the next one is a methodology that they're looking for. They're looking for what is the lifetime value divided by the customer acquisition cost. So how much does it cost you to get the customer, and what is the value of the customer over their lifetime? So this is why some businesses don't actually make profit for several years, because the investors are okay if the lifetime value to CAC ratio is a good balance. If it means that you are spending £50 to acquire a customer, they don't make you any money for the first year, but over their entire lifetime, they'll make you £5,000, then it's worth it. Cool. Next one is the classic one in business. I'll be very surprised and very shocked if nobody knows this one. Does anybody know from the business school what EBITDA means? Should know.
Most of them are from computer science today.
Okay. Well, this is one of the core principles of business that you need to know. It is EBITDA means earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization. So if you don't know about this one, Google it, learn about it. You need to know your EBITDA number. Cool. So that's conclusion about the alpha of the things that you need to know to be attractive to investors and to get them to invest. A lot of people don't know these numbers and these terminologies, but they will make a massive difference when you're talking to an investor. Now, here's some books that I would recommend for you to take a screenshot of that I would recommend that you read that will absolutely transform your business. The first one is Blue Ocean Strategy. This was recommended to me by the Nintendo CEO. What is a blue ocean? Instead of having competition, what you do is you make your own lane. So an example of this was Nintendo had the Nintendo Switch. Everybody else was making consoles and everybody else was focusing on PC gaming. Nintendo decided we would make a console where it's both a combination of a portable device, a handheld device, and a console at the same time, creating a blue ocean because they had no competition because nobody was doing that. Cool. Next one is Black Box Thinking, teaches you how to think outside of the box. Next one is Venture Deals, which teaches you about term sheets. And next one is How to Influence and Influence People, which is about networking. And so all of what I got and educated you on today was from my good friend Maggie Sue from A16 Crypto. The article that she wrote on it, you can take a screenshot of. If anything, tag her in the post and tell her Michael did another amazing workshop talking about the things in your article. So hopefully someone grabs a screenshot of that. Cool. And I would also recommend you read this book, The Network State. This is a book that I read, and surprise, surprise, guess what ended up happening? I ended up meeting the owner and the writer of this book, The Network State, and I've been to his network school several times now and got to hang out with him and ask him tons of questions. So what do we do at Foundation Ventures? We create winners, whether that's hackathon winners or projects that are raising funds through our demo. One of our demo days.
I wanted to create the opportunity to connect the ecosystem with the VCs. What I want to do here is create value, organize the best events and crypto conferences in a very unique way. A lot of value was added to this event. A lot of people was met. It was amazing, truly. Basically, we can assist and centralize everything whenever it comes to projects, from the early stage, from the investment, from the tokenomics, from the strategy, from the market making, and also from the deployment whenever it comes to the market. This was a gathering of friends. Some of the best VCs came today, and I'm just happy to be in a situation where I can bring together people. Where we've got 20 of the best projects from around the world, from all the super team leaders and all the super teams, to meet 20 of the best tier 1 investors interested in investing in Solana. It's all about people investing in people. Coming to Solana events made me realize that the community is the best community in Web3. The builders are the best builders in Web3. Why? Because they're building real stuff that really does add value to the world. And that's exactly why we managed to get 20 of the best investors from the world to come and have a look at some of the projects they're building on Solana. So this is the place and the ecosystem to be in.
Cool. So that's an example of our demo day. And our next demo day, we do them every single month. We have around 20 VCs that attend each month, including working with Barclays, Token Ventures, Rare Group Family Office from the Middle East, B33 Ventures, Redbeard Ventures, Cosmos Ventures, and this month we have Edge Capital, Funfair Ventures, and Wintermute also joining us. So that's my presentation. If anyone has any questions, I have to take any questions.
So any question from here about the funding, about the terms of the finance related things, especially for you want to create your own company and you need to earn some money or you need to waste some money. Do you have any question about the terms or anything you want to know about before you create your own company or before you waste some money? Or when the time you create your own projects? So it's a very good chance for you to waste your question now. So prepare for your pitching at the demo day.
No. Okay.
Yeah, some question here.
Oh, okay. Fire away.
Yeah, better. Sorry.
Hello, Michael. My name is Mobin. I'm a first-year student at University of Surrey. I do electronics engineering. My question is, as a student, where should I start from? Where is the start point for me? I mean, what's your recommendation?
Okay, so the thing that I always recommend people to do is to start a business that is aligned with your unfair advantage. So your unfair advantage is number one, if your family has a business. Number two, you do a business based around that because you already have the network, you already have the contacts. Number two is you do a business based on what you're studying because you have an unfair advantage because you can leverage the university professors, you can leverage the contacts that come into the university. And then number three is I always recommend to people, don't start a business based on something you're interested in. Start a business based on something that annoys you. Find something that is a problem that really annoys you and frustrates you, because you will work much harder that way because it will keep annoying you. And you'll go to bed and you'll be like, oh no, I need to stay up a little bit longer because this problem still exists. And then it'll be easier to onboard other people to work with you because they will also see the problem and they will want to get it solved as well. And this is one of the things that I always say to people is passion beats hard work every time, because when you're pitching, you're now pitching from a place of passion. And this is where investors take you more seriously because they're like, okay, this person is absolutely crazy about this. They are going to solve this. If I give them my money, I trust that they're going to solve it because they're so passionate about solving this problem. So that's the other side that I would say to start there. And then you are in a very fortunate time whereby you can use things like ChatGPT and like Claude to help you come up with ideas to solve that problem and get it to help you build out a pitch deck, an MVP, so on and so forth. And then from there, that's where you come to a company like mine, and we help it make it look a little bit more professional and ready to go to investors.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
No worries.
Any other question from your side? No more questions.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your time, Michael.
See you later. Bye, bye, bye.